Hello, it is your girl Sharice Taylor with Turn a New Leaf Counseling, Coaching, and Mediation. And I want to give you some background about Turn a New Leaf and one of the community groups that I have established with my mother, Gwendolyn, called Precious Jewels. And it is leadership, education, and support, love, encouragement, and support, whatever you want the LES to stand for, that is positive and good. So, Precious Jewels is about supporting women, and Turn a New Leaf, counseling, coaching, and mediation is pretty self explanatory. But I just wanted to give you some background about all of that. And I will take you back. I don't want to take you back too far, like to my birth. I was born by the river. I don't know the words, but I won't take you back to my birth. But I am going to take you back to the fifth grade. And in the fifth grade, I was given the nickname by a dear friend, her name is Stacy, of Grandma. And yes, in the fifth grade, my nickname was Grandma. And it stuck with me all the way until my senior year, until graduation. And in fact, I remember a few people calling me Grandma freshman year of college, even. So it was kind of cool and crazy at the same time, but I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And so it was because I was a person, even in the fifth grade, where people could come and get just some Reese love. I didn't know a whole lot in the fifth grade, but I would try to advise, or I would just comfort with a hug or there, because that's my personality, that's my disposition, and I feel not just feel, but I know that my purpose on this side of heaven is to help people, is to encourage people in the Lord, to bring them joy, to make them smile, to make them laugh. That is my purpose. And I'll tell you when I found that out for certain, as I tell this very short story. And, well, as short as I can make it. So that's the fifth grade. And growing up with three brothers, you have to learn how to be a peacemaker pretty quickly. So that helped also. And I, after that, I went through college, what have you. And I'm going to fast forward to kind of the mid 90s. And I discovered Joyce Meyer. I discovered Joyce Meyer Ministries. And up until Joyce, I had not seen or heard a lot of Bible teachers or female evangelists at all. And so I saw her and I was like, ooh, wow, she's phenomenal. And that little piece of information is gonna tie in later on. So then the late 90s, I discovered Bishop T.D. Jakes. And it was through Woman Thou Art Loosed. And I discovered Juanita Bynum. And 98 through 2000 or so, I discovered Darlene Bishop, Paula White, Jackie McCullough, Cindy Trim, all of these people, female, and they were a part of Woman Thou Art Loosed. And I said, this is awesome, this bringing together. And Joyce Meyer was a part of that as well. So I learned more about Joyce Meyer and listened to her teachings through Woman Thou Art Loosed. And I said, this is so wonderful, this concept of gathering women together to encourage them in the Lord, and to just give them support, and just help them to live brighter and better lives. And so I really, really loved that. So then 2002 rolls around. I see a news story about foster kids who have aged out of the foster care system. And my heart just broke. And I decided I was going to start Bible studies for foster kids who were kind of, in limbo. I was going to call it euphoria and dot, dot, dot. And well, it never took off. It never really took off. And, I still have the notebooks down in the basement of, what I was going to do and some of the materials that I had purchased and this, that, and the other. So then in the meantime, I'm attending Grace Church in St. Louis, Missouri, and they have what are called community groups. So in larger churches, and in some medium and smaller size churches too, but especially in larger churches, they have community groups. They call community groups, and Bible studies based around certain interests or topics or hobbies or whatever. And I joined one called Born in the 70s, and I attended that for about 2 years. And I kind of got that itching again to do my own community group, but this time not the foster kids, but for single mothers. And, I'm not a single mother. I came up in a two-parent home, but I just had a heart to help single mothers. And so, contacted the church. You have to go through training, make sure you know what you're doing before you lead this group and that we know you. And I loved it. But at the training, I met a woman by the name of Pat Clarity. And that was like a woo bright light in my life. And she has become one of my best friends and a beloved mentor and my play auntie and everything. She's just awesome. And when I saw her teaching, she just radiated the love of the Lord. And I said, I must know that woman. And so, I wanted her to teach me more about leading in a group. And so, one of the pastors, Pastor Lauren, connected us together. And the group that Pat had with her co-leader, Sandy Broccoli, who's also a very awesome friend of mine and wonderful woman of God, their group is called Women of Blessing. And so, Miss Patty, she just pushed me on into leadership role in Women of Blessing. And mind you, Women of Blessing is like 100 women strong. Probably, I don't. It may be more than that now, but and they meet every first, third, and fifth Saturday. And so, just a great community of women. And so, like I said, Miss Pat pushed me in there, and so I started doing leadership roles with small groups within the group, prayer team, and all kinds of encouragement team, all of that stuff. And so I learned so much from them, and I ended up staying from 2005 to 2010, something like six. I know whatever it was 6 years that I stayed with them. And I learned so much, so much, so much, so much. And anyway, after that, I went back to school to get my master's degree in counseling. And I obtained that, and then I obtained a graduate certificate in conflict resolution and reconciliation as well. Just to support my mission, which is to help and to be a peacemaker. So then in 2011, I got the itch again. I said, I really need to start a group. I need to start a community group. And so I was talking to my mom, and I said, I want to start something for women, Mom. And, just talk about all of the issues and the things that affect their lives, and offer support and offer hugs and offer encouragement and prayer and all of these things. And I would say that I would say that I am far from being a biblical scholar, or, on the level of a Joyce Meyer or a Paula White or Juanita Bynum or whomever. But I love the Lord, I love the Word, and I love God's people. And so my mother and I have started this group, and we want to support and encourage women however we can. And that's what Precious Jewels is really all about. So now we meet monthly, And we started in 2011, but we're just now getting into a groove of regular meetings. And we're so excited and happy about it. So please plug in, please join us. And some of the guys are like, well, what about the men? And so we have a community group called Tailored for Family, which includes the men. So men can come to that. But it's, and I can tell you more about that later. But Tailored for Family, which is quarterly, meets quarterly. So plug into Precious Jewels. And you can email me through Turn a New Leaf's email, Turn a New Leaf CC, counseling coaching, Turn a New Leaf CC at gmail.com. And there's Turn a New Leaf Counseling, Coaching, and Mediation. There's a page on Facebook. And there's also a Precious Jewels page on Facebook as well. And you want to look for the logo with the 4 women, the 4 little cartoon women holding hands. And it says, Let's Shine Together. That's my group. So that is what Precious Jewels is. That's what Turn a New Leaf Counseling, Coaching, and Mediation is. That's why it is. And there's other things going on, but this is really my heart right now. So I hope that you'll join us. I hope that you'll pray for us and support us. And we love you. So until next time, remember that the best is yet to come. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.